one of the more dramatic home wins of the year. The Twins trying to make it a series win against the Indians. Hope to climb into a fourth-place tie with the Indians in the American League Central. The Twins and Indians will play 3 games in Cleveland, but the Twins hope to take a step forward in getting out of last place here tonight. Dick Bramer, Bert Blyleven with you for the final game of the series with Cleveland at Target Field. Justin Morneau provided in what has been otherwise a disappointing home schedule, a big thrill yesterday.
Boy, sure did. Justin Morneau with the Twins down 4-0. The Twins scored a run, and then the 2-run home run by Justin Morneau, that coming and making the ball game 4-3. Twins ended up taking a lead, lost the lead, and then late in the ball game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning in a tie ball game, Justin hitting his 2nd home run of the game, and his 17th of the year, his 7th here at Target Field.
Well, the likes of Morneau, Mauer, Willingham, and Doman are fixtures for next year's middle of the lineup. What the Twins would like to see for the balance of this year is some guys step forward on the mound to take a position that they want to be in the rotation next year, including Samuel Deduno.
Yeah, Deduno starting tonight. For Deduno, he has really been outstanding, I think, all season long. Now, he did have some control problems in his first 8 starts, but over the last 3, only 4 walks, and over the last 2, he has pitched a total of 13 innings, only 8 hits allowed, along with 12 strikeouts and 3 walks. What we have seen from Deduno is a fastball that moves all over the place. A curveball, very sharp at times. If he can stay in the strike zone, he can maybe do what he did against Chicago a couple starts ago when he pitched, or excuse me, Seattle, when he shut him down.
Well, the Twins are looking forward to Josh Willingham's return to the starting lineup in today's game. He's the designated hitter, and clearly he's been one of the top free agent acquisitions of the offseason.
Feel comfortable in the batter's box. I see the ball well here. So as far as hitting the ball, you know, I think over my career, most of my home runs have been to the pull side. So I feel like when I hit a ball well to the pull side, which is left field for me, it's got a good chance to going out, and that's been the case this year.
Minnesota Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Twins have won back-to-back games. They're hoping to take 3 of 4 from the Indians in this wraparound series. Good evening from Target Field. I'm Marnie Gellner. Tonight, Josh Willingham is back in the order. He's batting 5th and is the designated hitter tonight for the Twins. He comes into this game with 102 RBIs, which is tied for 3rd in all of baseball, and 33 home runs. Of those 33 homers, 20 have come here at home. He's the Twins player to hit the most at home in a season since Jim Thome had 15 at Target Field 2 seasons ago. Don't tell Josh Willingham this is a pitcher's park. He has become very comfortable hitting here at Target Field.
I think I see the ball well here, which is, for starters, that's kind of how I determine how much I like to play in a ballpark, because I think the background's very good. Anyway, I feel comfortable in the batter's box. I see the ball well here. So as far as hitting the ball, I think over my career, most of my home runs have been to the pull side. So I feel like when I hit a ball well to the pull side, which is left field for me, it's got a good chance to going out, and that's been the case this year.
The 33 home runs and 102 RBI are both career highs for Josh Willingham. He and the Twins will hope to ride Samuel Deduno tonight in a series win over the Indians. Deduno will have the first pitch against Cleveland coming up next.
Forget for the Twins, there have still been plenty of moments to remember. Yesterday, it was Justin Morneau's turn to make some Minnesota memories. Deep to right field, and gone! A walk-off home run for Morneau! Tonight, the Twins try to build off their home heroics and grab a series win against the Tribe. Beautiful night for baseball with the Twins taking the field. Joe Mauer and company hoping that their stranglehold on last place will finally be gone after tonight's game. The Bernard batting order for Manny Acta, who has seen his team really crumble in the second half of the year. Shin-Soo Choo, Michael Bradley, Carlos Santana, Russ Kanzler, Corey Kochman, Lonnie Chisenhall, Cord Phelps, Brent Lillibridge, and Lou Marson.
And Samuel Deduno on the mound, making his 12th start here tonight for the Twins. This is his 18th major league appearance. Pretty good record so far, 3.66 ERA. He's coming off a loss in his last start in Chicago, but he only allowed 2 runs in 6 innings. And for Deduno in his 11 starts prior, 7 quality starts. So that's what the Twins would like to get out of Deduno here tonight.
First pitch off the plate, ball 1 to Shin-Soo Choo. Focus so much on Twins players and will they be back next year, 2-0. Choo's in kind of a unique situation with the Indians. Some people think he won't be back with them next year, that as a free agent he'll sign elsewhere. And a strike. 2-1.
Well, if you've watched Deduno over his starts, that fastball will move all over the place. Very good curveball at times, and then an outstanding changeup.
Fouled away, 2-2.
Now, one thing, we can go back a couple starts. He pitched after Felix Hernandez, and there was a little more upper body turn, showing a little bit more of his number toward the hitter, and that seemed to I think help his control a little bit. One thing that Rick Anderson asked him to do, he did it. You can see all of 21 turning toward home plate, and Choo a strikeout victim.
Sharp, quick breaking ball gets a strikeout. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Ryan Doman in left, Ben Revere in center, Matt Carson in right. Chris Parmalee scratched because of a slight groin strain. Trevor Plouffe, Pedro Florimon, Alexi Casilla, Justin Morneau, and Joe Mauer back behind the plate. Well, Matt Carson gets a chance to start in Parmalee's place.
Well, let's take a look at the strikeout of Choo right here. You see the little turn, the little hesitation, and then maybe the changeup right here. Good spot.
Ooh, if Deduno gets that pitch all night long, the Indians are in trouble. 1-1. Pitch looked like it was outside. Take a look at Fox tracks.
Watch it catch the corner. Right there.
Okay. Tapped up the line, foul. Swing the bat.
Hey, you got to like home plate umpire DJ Rayburn already.
1-2 to Michael Brantley. And a bouncer to second. Confidence is such an important part of any endeavor, athletic or otherwise, but if you're on the mound and you're all over the place, you can't find the plate. You're struggling throwing strikes, but if you can find something, whether it's the back turn, whatever, mechanically, that seems to free up your mind to allow you to throw strikes, that could be pivotal in this man's career.
Yeah, I don't think whatever sport you play, you need little trigger points to get you going, and that's maybe what Deduno saw that Felix Hernandez did, that he incorporated into his more or less resume, and so far so good. 7 shutout innings in his start after Hernandez, and that little exhibition that Hernandez put on against the Twins when he shut down the Twins. And Deduno followed that with a 2-hit 7-inning performance in a 9-0 ball game. Excuse me, a 10-0 win over the Mariners.
1-1 to Carlos Santana. Hit a big home run in the ball game for the Indians yesterday.
Changeup.
Popped up. And the Twins will take all of these they can get. A 12-pitch, 1-2-3 inning from Samuel Deduno. today. The Menards batting order for the Twins has Ben Revere on top, Alexi Casilla hitting second, and Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Josh Willingham, Ryan Doman, Trevor Plouffe, Matt Carson, and Pedro Florimon.
And for the fourth time this year, the Twins will take a look at Justin Masterson, making his 30th start. Masterson, when he is on, a sinker ball pitcher. I think the Indians are wondering, where is the consistency from Masterson? He'll have 3 or 4 real good innings, and we've seen him against the Twins, and then all of a sudden he'll put up that crooked number in there, and that really hurts him.
1 strike to Revere, and a ball hit to the hole, backhanded by Lillibridge, and a nice one-hop fielding play by Casey Kochman at first. Revere retired. Northland Ford defense for the Indians. Russ Kanzler in left, Michael Brantley in center, Shin-Soo Choo in right. They welcome Lonnie Chisenhall off a rehab assignment. Lillibridge, Phelps up the middle, Kochman at first, and Marson behind the plate.
Yeah, Lillibridge will not give you much offensively, but he came over and really, I mean, he's a good defensive player.
Now a quick one-hopper to Kochman, and if anything, Masterson's on a quicker pace than Duduno was.
Well, it all sets the stage with the play that Lillibridge made right here off the bat of Ben Revere. Revere tried to slap the ball the other way. Lillibridge backhand and then a strong throw, a one-hop throw over to Kochman to get that first out. Nice defensive play.
Well, we saw Mauer in the ball game yesterday jump on the first pitch he saw as a designated hitter. We're pretty confident he won't do that here. Masterson's only thrown 3 pitches and gotten 2 outs. And he takes a strike.
And Joe Mauer just 6 hits and 25 at bats against Masterson, a .240 average.
Inside, 1-1. When Masterson has struggled, it's been the age-old struggles for him. The troubles that have given him fits throughout his career, getting left-handed batters out. The Twins have thrown a lot at him here today. Here's Mauer driving it to left. Kanzler back a few steps. 6 pitches, and Masterson has a 1-2-3 first inning.
Left field tonight for Ryan Doman. Ron Gardenhire was talking about Doman in left before the game, saying he got a little worked up for this tonight. He gets nervous. And he said with the wind blowing like it is, it's kind of like catching Duduno. You never know where the ball's going to go. And Gardy said when I first put him in left field, he acted like he pulled a hammy just so he wouldn't have to play out there. and he actually has to get himself worked up for this. But Gardy said even though Domet hasn't played a lot of left field, he does run the ball down well. Gardy said he's doing just fine. So Dick and Bert, let's hope that tonight is a rather uneventful evening for Ryan Domet out in left.
Well, thank you, Marnie. He's seen a lot more time in right field and admits to feeling more comfortable out there. So that begs the question, with Parmalee out of the lineup, the Twins would have had the option of putting Domet out in right field, putting Carson in left. They chose not to do that, which might suggest that the Twins are using final weeks of September here to see whether he can feel comfortable out there.
Yeah, he's been out there a couple times. I think he's done a very good job.
Bouncer to short. Easy play for Florimo. And an easy first 4 outs for Samuel Deduno. Tomorrow night, the Twins and Royals will be holding court at Target Field. And it's a Sports Authority Value Pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View seats, and you'll get a free Schweigert hot dog and a Pepsi. Line up your tickets for tomorrow's game. Call 800-33-TWINS or go to twinsbaseball.com. Casey Kochman, the batter. Down and in, ball 1.
One thing you will see is Joe Mauer not moving a lot behind the plate with Deduno, because his ball does move so much. Fastball away. You can say fastball right there, but the glove pretty much down the middle of the plate. Good pitch. He'll throw that 4-seamer, and then you'll see that ball sink, and then he'll throw that changeup down and in, the curveball.
There's no question he has stuff. The challenge has been harnessing it. Fouled back.
You know what I like right there? Deduno shaking off Joe Mauer. He knows what he wants to throw, and that's good. You can't always rely on just your catcher by putting down a sign. Deduno got 4 pitches from Joe. A fastball, slider, curveball, and then he settled on the changeup. The pitcher has the ball in his hand. Here's a curveball. And pretty good location right there. Kochman laid off of that tight curveball. Pitcher has the ball in your hand. If you throw it and make a mistake, it's your fault. It's not the catcher's fault. Catcher can only suggest.
Now a check swing. They'll appeal. Strike 3. Kochman is out on strikes. So Deduno came back with another breaking ball in the dirt. Mauer was able to catch it and put the tag on Kochman.
David Rackley, the third base umpire, said he went too far. And Kochman can't believe it. Actually, either can we.
2 down, and here's Lonnie Chisenhall.
See, that's how you get the pace of the game going. Anything close, it's a strike. Strike 1. No, a little high.
Ball 1 to Chisenhall. Chisenhall was pretty much given the third base job. Then he broke a bone in his wrist being hit by a pitch. They weren't sure if he was going to be able to come back at all this year. But he came back. He wants to play, obviously, the final weeks of the season. And the Indians want to run him out there and get a better idea of what they've got at third base.
Yeah, he got hit back on June 29th. Troy Patton of the Baltimore Orioles hit him in that right wrist. They ended up breaking that right wrist. Forearm, excuse me. And all the rehab, and now he's back with that pad to protect the elbow and the wrist area.
2-1. And an off-speed pitch for another called strike.
Deduno, 29 years old, getting called up on July 5th by the Twins.
And what the Twins are hoping for, this Cleveland lineup has had some issues. Obviously, they're not the Texas Rangers or New York Yankees or anything like that. But this is the third time they are facing Deduno. In each of his first 2 starts against them, he walked 5 guys. So the Twins are hoping that this is the real acid test here, with Deduno able to throw the ball around the plate more, get some check swings, some strikeouts, and not walk as many as he did in his first 2 starts against Cleveland.
Yeah, his first start coming in late July. It was his 4th major league start, and they pitched very well. He won that ball game 12-5, gave up only 2 hits in 7 innings. And then his next start, 2 starts later, August 7th in Cleveland, only 4 innings of 5 walks. That hurt him, but the Twins ended up scoring late and winning that ball game.
27 pitches, 17 strikes for Deduno. And another 2-2 pitch coming to Chisenhall. And another foul.
Chisenhall just 23 years old. He's the Indians' #1 pick in 2008. Came up last year, played in 66 ball games, hit .255.
Punch to left and back into the seats. So Deduno keeps pumping strikes in there. Chisenhall keeps fouling them off.
Deduno has pitched very well here at Target Field. 3-0 in 4 starts with an ERA at 2.49.
That drifts outside, 3-2. Cord Phelps would hit next. Breaking ball, and he left it up just a little bit, and there's a walk.
Yeah,
a very close pitch.
Yeah, not missing by much. That's not a bad try right there, because if he's able to get that over, it tells everybody else on that bench that I can throw a pitch at any time, and boy, did not miss by much.
See 11 pitches, and it was a little bit high. Chisenhall, the first base runner, and that'll bring up Cord Phelps. Phelps giving Jason Kipnis some time off at second base. Strike on the outside corner. I'd keep pitching it out there.
Phelps got a little time with the Indians last year. September call up this year for the Indians. Spent the whole season down in AAA Columbus. Hit .276. Did hit 16 home runs.
That's hit to center. Revere to the gap. Makes a diving catch in center. A hitless second inning for Samuel Deduno, thanks to his center fielder. Bottom of the second, taking ball one from Justin Masterson. Orno, Willingham, and Domet facing Masterson here in the second. To center, hit right at Brantley, comes in a few steps, one down. Ben Revere's always had a flair for the dramatic, knowing when to make the great catches. It's always nice when a great catch ends a half inning.
Well, in last night's ball game, in the top of the ninth inning, that's the final out right there. He brings some energy. See Dunsing very excited off the bat of Carrera for the final out. And then here, we just saw him make a nice sliding catch. And by the way, that little extra energy last night, even though it may not, did it rub off on the players? Well, Justin hit the home run and the Twins won.
Here's Willingham taking a strike on the outside corner. Willingham has been limited to DH duties over the last week. Got a day off yesterday, actually. A little bit of a hamstring to pull, and he takes outside 1-1. The ideal would be for Willingham later in this homestand to get out in left field, where he's played most of the year.
Well, look at those numbers right there. 33 home runs, 102 RBIs.
Foul. You look at those numbers and then you think, okay, Twins obviously addressed some needs. The Willingham signing, the Doman signing, Burton, Fiend, some of these other guys have really.
Jamie Carroll,
Deduno. It's been a good last off season for the Twins, and we say that knowing full well they still have the worst record in the American League this year.
Well, it all goes back to pitching, Dick. You can't really blame the offense because they're sixth in the American League in hitting. Yeah, you'd like for them to score more runs, but they have found themselves behind the 8 ball so many games this year where they're playing catch-up baseball. Willingham just 2 hits against Masterson over their meetings in 10 at-bats, but one of them a home run.
2-2. And he came inside and got a swinging strike 3.
Nasty sinker.
And in between the Willingham and Ryan Doman at bats, we're going to talk about team speed with Ron Coomer.
I don't necessarily know if the 2 big Clydesdales are the guys that are speed guys, but I will say this. This ball club in the last month and a half, 2 months, has really been energized somewhat, and games have been changed because of the team speed. You look at, the stolen bases, but the catch yesterday by Ben Revere, the catch also today by Ben Revere. But to me, some of them stolen bases, you have Mastriani and Florimone and then Revere all stealing bases. That game was won, or the Twins had a chance to win because of team speed, and you can look for the Twins to really inject that into the next season. I think in this ballpark, you've got to be able to run balls down, and you've got to be able to put pressure on a defense. We saw that last night.
Yeah, only the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim have more stolen bases than the Twins this year.
2 strikes to Doman.
I think we saw that in Detroit a little bit too, Dick, even though they went out and got fielder, you have Cabrera, but it's such a big ballpark that you need speed, I think, to compete. And, they had Granderson out there, then they went out and got Austin Jackson. They have some speed, but still they're kind of a home run hitting ball club.
I'll tell you, being down here in the first base camera well for the last couple of years and close to Jerry White and the guys that are coming down there, you can really tell that Jerry is locked in with the pitcher, trying to read moves and encouraging guys to go ahead and go and to try to get moving early in counts. And it's been a big difference here, I've noticed, especially this year, as opposed to the last couple.
Tapper to second. Phelps has it. Over to Kochman, and another 1-2-3 inning for Justin Masterson. pitched to the Indians in the third inning. One other game of interest within the American League Central. Tigers and White Sox are scoreless, top of the second. Adam Dunn not in the lineup for the White Sox. He retweaked his oblique against the Twins last week. Subway sub prize on the line in the American League Central. The White Sox starting that 4-game series with the Tigers ahead of Detroit by 2 games. And an interesting announcement made by the White Sox this afternoon. Francisco Liriano will pitch out of the bullpen for Chicago. Gavin Floyd will start in his place. So in the biggest series the White Sox have had in quite some time, their big pitching acquisition, starting pitching acquisition, Liriano has had all sorts of control issues with the White Sox too. Will pitch out of the bullpen.
That's a surprise. He had it here. So
well, I read in the paper where the White Sox knew something and they were going to change some things immediately and be able to turn Liriano around. There's a fly ball lifted to right. Retreating is Carson for the out, one away. Other injury issues other than Adam Dunn. Mark Teixeira going to be out another week and a half, 2 weeks with that left calf strain.
Yeah, he was out for a while and then came back and then re-aggravated again. So
right.
He's missed out of that lineup.
Now, what's your thought? Does he had some rather inflammatory comments to make about the umpire on the terrible call that ended the game and the play that ended up re-injuring Teixeira's calf muscle, suggesting that umpires sometimes just want to get the game over with, and it was a terrible call, and in essence attacking the integrity of the umpire. Is he facing a possible suspension?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He just expressed his feelings, and you want everybody to go out and do 100%, and the umpires, believe me, they make, what would that meeting that we had, 95.5% they're right. So yeah, they're going to make some mistakes. They're not perfect.
1-1 to Marson, and he takes ball 2.
Freedom of speech, isn't it?
To some degree.
Yeah.
To some degree.
The frustration of losing a ball game that way hurts.
A foul, 2-2. Just as I'm sure the Oriole fans in a much larger stage were upset years ago when the kid reached over the fence and caught the fly ball, turned it into a Derek Jeter home run.
Right.
Jeffrey Meyer. 2-2 to Marson with 1 gone in the third. In the dirt, breaking pitch, and Marson lays off. Full count. In his last start, DeDuno walked 3 in 6 innings against the White Sox. No walks in his prior start against Seattle. 1 walk in his 5-inning outing against Texas. 1 so far here today, and there's a pitch low, his 2nd walk. So he's gone through the Cleveland lineup 1 time now, hasn't given up a hit, but has given up 2 walks. Fox Sports North supports cancer awareness. Join Marnie Gellner, Lisa Dunsing, and Alicia Perkins for the Light the Night Walk. Target Field, Sunday, September 23rd, benefiting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Join the team for a chance to lead the walk with Rod Carew. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on Supports under the More tab to sign up for or donate to the Fox Sports North team.
Yeah, with DeDuno, it always comes the base on balls. In his first 46 innings as a Twin starter, he walked 36. His record was 4-1. Very good ERA. Over his last 3 starts, 18 innings pitched, he's only walked 4. And he's won 1 of the 3 games. So, yeah, that's part of his game. It's been his career, really, in the minor leagues, averaging over 5 walks per 9 innings. So it is what it is.
One of the newer baseball stats is WHIP, walks and hits per innings pitched, and it's an easy one to figure out. You just take the total number of walks, total number of hits, add them together, compare it to innings pitched. And DeDuno's is, fairly high at about 1.5, but that has more to do with the walks than the hits. He's given up fewer hits than innings pitched.
Right.
So if the Twins can harness his control somehow. And his whip goes down, he'll be a much more effective pitcher.
But again, you see Chu kind of right there, that ball going into the crowd. Hopefully everybody's okay. There's a little concern right there. But you look at Duno, and it looks like everybody's all right. Duno, you know, it is what it is. And I think he's shown that he can get big league hitters out. The Twins, and that's to me the most important thing, in his 11 starts, Twins are 7-4. They've won 7 of the 11 starts. And in 7 of 11 starts, they have been quality starts where he's pitched 6 innings or more and given up 3 earned runs or less. He's had 11 double plays turned behind him.
Runner goes, and the pitch tap foul.
A little hit and run put on right there. Marson not known for stealing bases, as Chus hit that ball foul. Manny Actor, the manager, probably putting on a hit and run, I'm guessing. Third season as the Indians manager, also managed the Nationals for a couple years.
Pulled to first. Morneau to second. Return throw. Safe with Duno and Morneau both at the bag. Duno with the catch. But it was Morneau's foot that was on the bag.
I tell you what, there are not too many pitchers that we have seen get over to first base quicker than Duno. He got over there behind Justin and took over. Justin playing that ball. Look at Duno hustling over there. The relay throw back to Duno there. And Chu, I believe, just beat it out.
Yep,
just beat it out.
So Chu reaches on a fielder's choice. He's a base stealing threat, certainly more than Marson was. And Michael Brantley will hit.
You know, normally a first baseman, you kind of get out of the way for the pitcher, and unless, you know, you're called off. And Justin was there, and I think Duno was letting him know, hey, I have it. Watch Duno right here. Get over there, which he does a great job. And then the relay throw, you can see Justin right there, but he gave way to Duno, who did have his foot on the bag.
1 strike to Brantley.
Eight stolen bases attempts against Duno, 7 successful. Chu with 18 stolen bases at first base. A couple throwovers. That ball got a piece of Chu, I believe.
Yes, it did. Around the helmet.
Maybe the back of the helmet as he was diving back in.
Hit the back of the helmet, it looked like.
Yeah, right off the looked like Justin's glove, and then off the back of the helmet.
You see that, and then you think of Franklin Gutierrez, who went back to the bag and had a habit of always shielding his face from the pickoff throw. And the one time he didn't do it, he got hit right in the temple and was put on the concussion disabled list for several weeks. 1 strike. And a little roller to short. Florimon will go to the bag himself, and that takes care of that. So another hitless inning with a walk, and 3 good innings so far for Duno.
Brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. Trevor Plouffe takes ball one from Justin Masterson, who's retired all 6 batters. Samuel Deduno. A couple of walks so far, but no hits allowed. And Plouffe pulls it foul.
Yeah, Masterson making his 14th career start against the Twins. He is 2-6 in his career with a 4.10 ERA. 1-2 this year with an ERA over 6.
Plouffe takes at the knees, 1-2. Plouffe, Carson, Florimone will face Masterson here in the third.
Well, good fastball down in the strike zone. Ouch.
A 1-2 pitch, and Plouffe will go to first.
And for Masterson, that's his 11th hit batter of the year. The ball running in and getting the hit of Trevor Plouffe.
Talked about Deduno's stuff and the movement on his pitches, and then you see, even from the center field camera, you can see Masterson just with almost a violent movement of the fastball tailing in on a right-handed batter.
Yeah, not only the hit batsman, he's had trouble throwing strikes at times. 75 walks in 179 innings coming into this ball game.
Matt Carson takes a strike.
And I said before, Masterson will throw 3 great innings, and all of a sudden he'll lose his release point, maybe drop his arm a little bit, and they've just been very, very inconsistent. 11 wins, 12 losses, an ERA at almost 5 coming into the ball game.
Indians seem to have settled on a pitching philosophy over the last few years. And they don't have Oral Hershiser, Dennis Martinez, any of those veterans, but they've tried to go with young sinker ballers, realizing that their ballpark, Progressive Field, 2 strikes to Carson. And a pop-up that will reach the seats. The ballpark in Cleveland will yield a lot of home runs, certainly a lot more than Target Field has yielded. The dimensions are smaller, and so the Indians, to be competitive, have kind of gone about things in a different way. They want sinker ball pitchers. They want the ball hit on the ground. The Twins don't need to do that because of the dimensions here in their ballpark. They don't have to exclusively go with sinker ball pitchers as the Indians have done. There's a foul tip. Marson hangs on. Did he get it out of the dirt?
There's a good sinker right there. Yep. Masterson picks up his 2nd strikeout. So watch the movement of this. You see that ball just tailed down and in. Marson catching it.
So now Florimone. Chop to the right side. Kochman fires to short. Return throw not in time. So Plouffe retired. Florimone reaching on a fielder's choice.
Well, we saw it in the top of the inning. Deduno having to get over there and cover first. And right here, Masterson's job as Kochman goes to get this ball. See him jump off the bag, make a good throw to second. Pitcher's responsibility. You become the first baseman. And Masterson there, but Florimone staying out of the double play.
Here's Revere. Hit one toward the hole. Lillibridge made a nice play.
There have been 19 stolen bases this year against Masterson in 26 attempts. Florimone stole a base in yesterday's ball game. Pretty nice lead.
And Revere takes a strike. Marson's throwout percentage after the 4 steals for the Twins yesterday. The catcher's throwout percentage is 9% right now.
But again, if you watch Masterson, he has that high leg kick, and you know it takes him a little while to get that ball toward the catcher. Again, I look at those sometimes, Dick, and You know, it's like A.J. Brzezinski. If you have a staff that can't hold on runners, your percentage is going to be down.
Larson setting up way in off the plate. And Revere grounds it to third. And with the runner Florimone going, Revere grounds out to end the third inning. Vote for the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234 234. 3 no-hit innings has DeDuno garnering 35% of the vote. Here's Santana, then Kanzler and Kochman in the Cleveland fourth. Not yet. DeDuno's walked 2 men. Chisenhall with 2 out in the second. Marson with 1 out in the third. Outside, ball 1. Santana hit a fly ball to Revere. Made a nice catch to end the first inning. Actually, the Santana fly ball to Revere was a routine play. It was Phelps who had a sinking line drive caught by Revere to end the second inning. 2-0. And 3-0.
Yeah, we saw Asdrubal Cabrera yesterday, the normal guy that hits in that 3 spot. He's got a little bit of a sore wrist, and I think we saw it in those first 2 at-bats yesterday. He was really bothered by that, so he's not in tonight's ball game. Good pitch there.
3-1.
Santana, 15 home runs. There's a strike. See it? Caught the corner.
Popped up. Kloof looking at Mauer, and Mauer makes the catch at the railing. So Mauer taking some slow steps toward the dugout. Kloof was galloping in from deep third, and the catcher got there first.
Well, that almost looked like the Head and Shoulders commercial right there. There goes Joe Mauer over. Where's the pretty girl? What, Joe making a catch? Nice concentration as he leans over the railing to make the catch.
And instead he's got Jack Hanahan watching him instead of the pretty girl. 1 down. Here's Kanzler. Inside corner, strike 1. Kanzler bounced to short his first time up. Inside. 1-1.
Yeah, we've seen Kanzler in all 4 ball games. A September call-up for the Indians. Last year got a September call-up for the Tampa Bay Rays. This year in AAA, hit .265, hit 22 home runs in Columbus. Well, the AAA affiliate for the Indians.
Down and away, 2-1.
And he hit his first major league home run here. What was it, on Friday night?
It seems like a week ago, doesn't it, that the Indians started the series?
Little wraparound. Friday, Saturday, yesterday day game, and then here a Monday night game against the Indians.
Tapper to third. Plouffe charges. Flips on the run. 2 down.
All right, upstairs in our booth in our Circle Me Burt section, we have Janet and Janice. They are celebrating. Now, I got this from you. You are celebrating your 72nd birthday, but you're twins. So is this your birthday too, Janice? Very good. Happy birthday to both of you. They are from Mulebridge, South Dakota. Thank you for coming up, and happy birthday. And there are 208 more days until my birthday.
Now, I guess technically you could have twins, and if one birth was right before midnight, the other one was right after, you could have separate birthdays.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah.
How about you two? Were you born on the same day?
Well, I'm guessing that's the case if they're both celebrating their birthday.
Well, no, I only got from Janet. I didn't get Janice celebrating her birthday. So they were. That's why I'm trying to correct it here.
Okay.
Yeah. Happy birthday. I can't hear you.
2 strikes to Kochman. Just off the plate, 1-2.
Duno going with that sinker, just missing down and away.
Check swing. It was a check swing that cost Kochman his at bat. Didn't look like he went, but third base umpire David Rackley rung him up. 2-2. Tapper right side. Morneau doesn't need to worry. DeDuno sprints to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3-4. Pro shot. Dick and Burt with you from Target Field. Twins have 3 games with Kansas City after this series, and then 3 with the White Sox after the Kansas City series. So a nice long 10-game homestand. Alexi Casilla takes ball 1. Neither team has a hit yet. The Indians have taken 2 walks. Trevor Plouffe was hit by a pitch. A strike, 1-1. Casilla tapped out to first on the first pitch he saw in the first inning.
Yeah, Masterson, this will only be pitch number 34 in the ball game.
Off of Masterson, and Casilla will reach first on the first hit. And Masterson limping a little bit as he retrieves that ball in foul territory.
Well, right back up the middle, got a piece of Masterson's. Looked like he tried to kick it to get it down. You can see maybe the left side of the right calf area. And Casilla with an infield hit. So the speedy Casilla is on.
And now Mauer.
Casilla with 16 stolen bases in 17 attempts.
He takes down an in, ball one. Mauer a home run short of the cycle yesterday. Average starting at 317. Looks like he might be involved in another batting race. The interesting batting race, though, will be in the National League, where the suspended Melky Cabrera does not have enough plate appearances to qualify. But this was a question we discussed earlier this year, way back in the first half of the year. If someone comes up just a handful of plate appearances short, they factor in an OFR to the point where you would get to 502 plate appearances. So even though Cabrera doesn't have that, they figured out when or where his number would be if he had gone hitless up to 502 plate appearances. And right now he's got a 5-point lead over Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, Cabrera out for the year because of the suspension, the 50-game suspension.
3-1. Buster Posey, red hot, might be able to make a run at the batting race as well. 3-1 to Mauer.
Joe should get a fastball right here. And Marson sitting inside.
Casilla goes, and the pitch whistled into right field. Casilla turns at second and goes to third. So Mauer gets the hit. First and third, nobody out. Let's go find Ron Coomer.
Well, guys, Justin Morneau coming to the plate, and as we know, he had a big day yesterday with a couple bombs. But you look at the swing, and we've talked about the improvement of his swing throughout the year. And you see this swing right here, staying on the baseball, head going down, but contact point out in front. And his balance is very good. That's the third inning home run. Now you're going to watch the walk-off. This pitch inside, and the same thing, staying on the ball with his head, his front side staying closed. And once again, you see the balance of Justin Morneau. When he stays balanced, he can really drive the ball. The big key is keeping his weight centered and going at the baseball, not coming towards the first base dugout.
You know, Ron, we have seen Justin kind of sometimes hit off his heels a little bit. But both those pitches, the Indians wanted that fastball inside. Like
driven
that.
To center. Brantley over for the catch. Casilla will tag and score. And Morneau drives in the first run of the game.
And for Justin, he drives in his 74th RBI. But you saw the catcher Santana on both those home runs, Ron, and they were right where the catcher was sitting.
Right, and you look at that swing, you know, you don't see him falling towards the first base dugout. He stays through that swing to the finish. And that is a really important piece for Justin, because there are times he'll get out on his heel, and then when he gets finishing his swing or he's getting into contact point, he starts going towards first base dugout, and he's just coming off the baseball. And we've seen him here as of late really staying on the ball well and staying balanced.
Willingham will hit with Mauer at first and one away. Willingham asks for time. Willingham got tied up on an inside pitch and struck out swinging in the second inning. Swing and a miss.
I guess I'm looking at it as a pitcher's point of view. Why would you be pitching somebody like Justin inside when he has kind of swung off on his heels a little bit? Why wouldn't you, even on that Joe Mauer 3-1 pitch, you call it, Marson sat inside and Joe got the base hit on a 3-1 four-seam fastball. Why wouldn't you go to that two-seam sinking fastball and try to get a ground ball from Masterson rather than a four-seamer that Joe, you know he's going to hit it hard, which he did in the right field.
That's a rhetorical question. You're not expecting Ron Coomer or me to answer that,
no,
all right?
I just don't. I see it so many times when a hitter is in their count. Ron can answer this. When you're in a 3-1 count, you're looking dead red to pull. And if that pitcher gives you a fastball in, my goodness, your eyes have to get bigger than they are already.
Yeah, you're definitely looking fastball, and you're looking inside.
Tap to third.
Right there.
And Willingham just gingerly running down the line, and that's not a good sign. Willingham usually busted out of the box, unable to on this ground ball double play. For the end of the season, John Oberle has our carsoup.com/baseball question. He's from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Wondering, Bert as a starting pitcher, is it hard to get up for games at this time of the year?
Not at all. Not at all. If anything, you get up even more because of this weather. It cools down a little bit. You feel so strong. And really throughout the whole year, if you have 30 starts, 35 starts throughout the season, you better be up for all 30 to 35 of those. This is a dream come true, wearing a major league uniform, pitching a major league game. Why wouldn't you get up?
Well, no problem for Deduno. He's trying to establish himself as a starting pitcher at this league, at this level. He figures to have 3 more starts for the Twins if they maintain a 6-man rotation. And as important as this one is, the next 3 will be very important as Deduno hopes to, finalize a spot or at least get his name written in pencil for next year's rotation. The next 3 starts will all be against contending teams. The White Sox once and the Tigers twice. Check swing and strike 3. Yep. Chisenhall's out on strikes. First out in the 5th.
Chisenhall went a little bit too far. We saw Kochman earlier, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning that we thought he held up. But this one right here, that hard breaking ball, and Chisenhall went too far. Take a look right here. Yep, barrel of the bat went in front of the plate, and Deduno picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Now Cord Phelps hit the sinking line drive. Revere made the nice diving catch in center to end the 2nd inning. But Deduno's next starts figure to be next Sunday, this upcoming Sunday against the White Sox, and then the following weekend against Detroit, and then against the Tigers again here in the final homestand of the year.
I think Dick got a good changeup right there and a weird swing by Phelps. But you know what? I think when Deduno first joined the club in July, we saw the wildness he had. And I think we all were saying, boy, is this guy going to fit into the rotation, how he's doing? But I think what we see now, this is his 12th major league start. A young man that's showing more and more confidence every time he goes out there. And, here's a young man, again, that you don't know if you can compete at this level. He's had a history of control problems in the minor leagues. But he's starting to come into his own, and that's nice to see.
70 pitches,
Twins need this.
46 strikes. Mauer controls the bounce on strike 3 and throws to first. Another strikeout with Phelps retired.
And strikeout number 4. Nice block by Joe Mauer, keeping that ball around home plate as Phelps for the second time swings at a ball that's just on the other side of the plate. Joe getting the hop and then throwing a P over to Morneau to get Phelps out at first.
Now again, a couple of walks, but now we're talking about a strike-to-ball ratio nearly 2-1 here as he hopes to wrap up the 5th inning. And now that is 2-1. 72 pitches, 48 strikes. Mrs. Butter would be so proud of me if she were still with us.
Very good.
My first school teacher in Dumont, Minnesota.
How many years you have her?
Into 4th grade, 6. No, I'm just kidding. Kindergarten and I think 2 years. That was it. Then Mrs. Forcier took over. 1-1 to Lillibridge. Check swing and a foul.
Boy, you know what? You throw the break him out. That's a great pitch right there because, you know, you get that curveball, the changeup, and all of a sudden you go with a fastball up and in. Lillibridge was almost diving right there. And watch him get out of the way. He's kind of diving into the plate. And you can go back in there again, repeat inside, or if you can go away. Let's see what Joe wants right here. A changeup. He says no, and now I want the curveball. And wow, he struck out the side.
Hey, what do we got going here? An 11-pitch 5th inning and 5 no-hit innings for Samuel DeDuno.
Four best friends helping Shorty celebrate her birthday. We won't say which one, but it starts with a 2, right? This is Katie from Shakopee with her best friends. How's the birthday celebration going?
It's going great, thank you.
Has anyone said to you tonight, go Shorty, it's your birthday?
Yes, they have.
That would have been obvious. Dick and Bert?
Well, happy birthday, Shorty.
And Doman with a rather short at bat. First pitch grounder to second, 1 away. That'll bring up Plouffe. Subscribe to MLB.TV today at a reduced price and see the remaining Twins out-of-market games live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit twinsbaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. Home territory blackout restrictions apply.
Well, Masterson getting some ground ball outs. 8 ground ball outs so far with 3 fly ball outs and a couple strikeouts. He hit Trevor Plouffe in the 3rd inning to start that inning off.
2 strikes. It was a 1-2 pitch that got Plouffe in the hip. leading off the third. And Plouffe gone on 3.
A nasty breaking ball right there, and Masterson picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Before Matt Carson digs in, AT&T trivia. Who holds the Twins record for career multi-home run games? If it's not Harmon Killebrew, I would be stunned.
I concur.
Carson swings at 1, darting in. 1 strike.
You see the movement right there. 50 pitches, 36 strikes. Masterson used to pitching these type of ball games. He's had the fewest run support in the American League. So he knows going out there it's going to be a close ball game.
Well, we've seen, I think I saw a 98 earlier. That one at 97 with movement. Two strikes. Ouch. Carson picks up his thumbs, and he'll head out to right field after a 1-2-3 7-pitch 5th inning.
He's 50 strikes so far for Doduno. 5 strikeouts, a couple walks. He has really changed speeds well, and I think what's impressed me so far, I have seen him basically get that ball back, know what he wants to throw, and he'll shake Joe Mauer off until he gets that pitch he wants to throw. I like that.
75 pitches as he starts the 6th inning. And he delivers strike 1 to Lou Marson. Marson walked with 1 out in the 6th, or 3rd rather. One of the 2 base runners the Indians have had. He lays off the breaking pitch, 1-1.
Just turning that back, what Doduno does shows a little more hiding the ball, but also allows him to just have that little hesitation over the pitching rubber to get to the balance point. There's a fastball. And you see the movement of that. Both these pitchers, Masterson and Doduno, they can sink that fastball.
Tapper to short. Florimo to Morneau, 1 away. Get to the point of the game here now where everyone's thinking about it. No hits allowed. The guys in the field are even more on their toes. He's gone through the lineup twice, has not given up a hit. Here's Shin-Soo Choo.
Well, he's throwing strike 1, 2 the second time around. The first time around, 2 of 9 first pitch strikes, 8 of 9 over the last 9 batters he's faced. So he's getting ahead also.
Choo struck out in the first, reaching a fielder's choice in the 3rd. And a big, nasty breaking ball. Chu swung right through it. Duno making his 12th major league start after 140 minor league starts. Fouled back.
Hey, he's no young chicken. He's 29 years old, from the Dominican Republic, signed by the Rockies in 2003. Made 4 relief appearances a couple years ago for the Rockies, and then last year came up with the Padres, made only 2 relief appearances. That's it at the major league level.
2 strikes to Chu. Now outside. Duno struck out Chu in the first inning on a breaking pitch down and in. Two and two. Fouled away. Mentioned 2 prior starts against Cleveland. At the end of July, the 28th, 7 innings, 2 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. Then on August 7th, 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 walks, 4 earned runs, and 87 pitches in those 4 innings. 2 and 2 to Chu.
The curveball.
Missed.
Chu laid off of it.
3 and 2.
Again, you saw Joe go changeup. No. Fastball. No. Curveball. That's what Duno wanted to throw. Three-two changeup.
You got a tapper foul. It's nice to see someone out there with confidence in 3 and 2 to throw something other than a fastball. We've seen him throw a curve and a change.
See, he's right now. He's thinking, okay, I know exactly what I want to throw right here. Now, does Joe Mauer put down the right sign right off the get-go? Or do I have to shake him off until I get it? Fastball. Keep it down.